Photo Helix. You just made a great video that I just watched and I shared on Twitter, bringing up a lot of great points, mostly about has there been anyone themselves with their own eyes see dead birds? Have you seen it anywhere except on the media, on the internet, on TV, the photos? Has there been any real people that have seen with their own eyes mass dead birds? You also brought up another great point. All these YouTubers around the world. I know if I would have walked out this morning or yesterday or the day before and there was dead birds littered everywhere, my first thought would have been, yes, I'll grab the camera. And yet you're right, there's not any YouTube videos available from any real human beings that have seen this with their own eyes, not a one. All the reports are coming from the media. In fact, today I wondered, I live in Yakima, Washington, Washington State. It's a military base. Underneath of us is a military base. And I was wondering, why isn't Yakima affected? Why is Washington State not affected? Why are there no dead birds here? I'm seeing this happen in Sweden. They say it's happening in China, Arkansas, Louisiana, Australia, and the fish and everything else. All these reports, all coming from the media. And yet today I was standing in my living room thinking, well, I wonder why it's not happening in Washington State. I watched your video just now, and I think it's brilliant. In fact, like I said, I shared it on Twitter. I've got some friends on Twitter that, that are listening, and I put it out to over 22,000 people, and you know what? There's not a single one of them that have seen dead birds either. In fact, out of 22,500 people, not only have not one of them seen any dead birds, but they haven't even talked to anyone who has seen it with their own eyes. Not a single person yet. Still waiting, the conversation's still open, but I think you're bringing up a great point. And I've already put out some information on this because if it did occur, I do believe it is scalar. I believe it is HAARP. But if the only thing worse than this being true is that if it's a lie. If this is a psyop, and people do nothing about it, if we come to find out that there really aren't all these dead birds and all these dead fish and all these catastrophes, if this is just some psychological operation that's been put out over the media to induce fear in the masses, and we find this out, and we do absolutely nothing about it, then I guess we deserve what we get. But I'd like to have a little bit of faith in humanity, enough to think that if we find out that this didn't really occur, then something needs to be done. And I'm asking you, the same as Photo Helix is asking, anybody out there that has seen it with their own eyes, and those of you on YouTube, take your camera, go get pictures. I want a real person, not from the media, not from the government. I want a real person to show me this because I can't see it myself. It's not happening in Yakima, Washington. I can say that. It's not happening here. And as I said, today I wondered why. I wondered why it doesn't seem to be affecting Washington. When I saw your video, I asked that out on Twitter, and as I said, out of all those people, still no one has seen it with their own eyes yet. Wonder what that means. Man, I appreciate the video. I'm Chad Lilly, ICP Chad on Twitter, YouTube. It's great to meet you. I subscribed, and I appreciate the work you put out in that video. That was impressive to show that it is many, many pieces. If you look back in my archives, you'll see that I've put out the same point, that all of us have a piece, and if we just put it on the table, we're going to see a whole lot more than any one of us do alone. And right now, together, your idea is brilliant because right now we've got the network enough to together ask, yes, is there any real people that have seen this for themselves, or is this just some story we're getting on the news? Thanks for all you guys do. Photo Felix, again, thanks for the video. Great idea, man. Love it. Thanks you guys for listening. I'm ICP Chad.